Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Caveman to Cosmos with me, Alpha Pi Omega in Byzantium. So before we just started the game, I just wanted to say that I hope that everyone had a wonderful Easter. I did, and I wanted to thank everyone for their comments. I really do enjoy reading them and replying to them, so please keep them coming. If there's anything on your mind, just post it. Even if you will come late for this Let's Play, it's still fun to read the feedback from you guys and go back and check out on what I did long time in the past. Anyway, turn 1958, so about 42 turns away from 2000. Nice. And year 11,984 BC, so about 2000 years from the year 10,000 BC. Cool, we are one turn away from boat building, and I'm looking forward to that. But before we go there, I wanted to speak about a couple of things that I have done in between episodes. First, but not least, we have a druidic missionary that has been trained in Trained? Did I say trained? I hope I did. Trained in Constantinople, and it's now on or en route to Modena, where it's going to spread its druidic teachings. So we're going to have 2 cities with the druidic traditions, plus 6 culture. Awesome. I was kind of surprised that the druidic missionary actually takes quite a lot of time to train, 7 turns to be exact, which is like 4 times more than a regular military unit takes. Kind of harsh, but yeah, it works, you know. It works. So we'll spread our druidic teachings to Modena. The next missionary is gonna spread it to Patra, and then Adrianople, Thessaloniki, and Nicaea is going to come next. Now we also trained a tribe unit, which is now moving towards Constantinople, where it will be joined by a unit that's going to be trained here right after we get the tumulus. It's also going to meet with the Black Hand, and they are going to go settle this tile. Now, I'm still torn between settling it here and here for roleplay reasons, but this one is just better and it will give us access to many more units. So I think it's not that far for them to go to the river close by, so let's just do it this way. Now, this also brings a couple of interesting points. We need more military units because while they are quickly trained in our capital, we are very far behind many of the ships that are considered inferior to us. Now, there has been finally one leaderboard or ledger, or what you want to call it, where we were reading we're the most advanced civilization in the world, but in everything else we are really far away from being ideal. So we need to boost our strength. Now, with that comes a couple of issues that we need to deal with. Now, many of our cities do not have the healer unit. Now, Patra has, but I believe, yes, Modena currently has only the story tower, so no enforcer, no healer unit. There's also an enforcer and healer unit missing in Adrianople, same with Nicaea, and same with Thessaloniki. So we need to train all of those in Constantinople. Again, we have a couple of buildings scheduled here, but no rush. We're gonna focus on doing that and the druidic missionaries in the next, skip between the parts where I actually record. I also looked around a bit, and we are having quite a high disease in many of our cities. So Patra is going to... Actually, I haven't done it for Patra, so let's do that right now. I scheduled a disease fighting buildings in many of our cities, but again, I forgot about Patra for some reason. So let's do that. But I think Modena should have that. Yeah, Modena has a Veterans and Heroes Hut coming next. And you can see that it's already having an effect, that the disease is falling. It's okay in our smaller cities, as they are very small, with the exception of Nicaea, which actually has quite a lot of that going on. Can we do a quick fix here? Childcare hut. 10 turns. We can't really. Okay, this is not that bad. We shouldn't have any major issues here. That should be just common cold, yep. But above 55, I believe, it's the scarlet fever, so that would be the big issue. Now, Constantinople itself is doing great. You can see that it's minus 207 crime, minus 47 disease, water pollution, air pollution is okay. The water pollution is increasing towards 0, so we need to keep an eye on that. Flammability, unfortunately, still an issue. That is going to be with us for quite some time now. Anyway, boat building.
My mother told me that she learned to swim when someone took her out in a boat to the middle of the lake and threw her overboard. I said, "Mom, they weren't trying to teach you how to swim."
Okay, Paula Poundstone. There's nothing in this book that I meant to say. Interesting. So what does boat building allow us to do? Earthworm Gatherer gives us extra food. Okay, that's good. Enables naval repair, and a naval repair 1 leads to fishing. Okay. We get kayaks and canoes. Okay. So kayak is a military unit, and no, canoe is a military unit, and kayak is a scout, I guess, though it's also on the military branch, but can explore rival territories. Interesting. Requires canoe. Okay, we need canoe builder, which is a building here. Okay, extra, nice, extra income. Tar and resin gives extra income as well, and extra production. And riverport. Oh, extra trade route yield and river tiles give you more gold. That's good. Unfortunately, increases crime and water pollution. Requires river access and prime timber or wood. Obsolete with steam power. Oh wow, that's actually, that is going to be with us for a while. So next building that's gonna come is going to be fishing, which will finally give us the workboat, which will allow us to build all of these wonderful things, including cormorant trainer. Wow, that is a bizarre. And here's the fishmonger. Awesome. Yeah, you can see +1 food, +1 gold, but extra food with clam, extra food with crab, extra food with fish, extra food with lobster, extra food with pearls, extra food with shrimp, and with whale. Awesome. And extra health from salt. Nice. So that's why fishmonger is one of the best buildings. Okay, so I think we have the plans for the upcoming turns. You guys can come home, because we are going to need you to help us with the tribe. So send it here, and you guys have already finished whatever you were building, and I forgot what that was. It was the tumulus, right? Yeah, and now you could build the... Wow, Riverport would give us 8 science. Jesus. How long is it gonna take for you to get here? 9 turns. Okay, well, I know what we're gonna do. We are going to build the Riverport. That is just amazing. Okay, an extra yield from river tiles, which are pretty much everyone. every tile is a river tile for Constantinople. And after that, you are going to go with Stone Spearman? No. No, let's get to, let's build the Stone Axeman. That one has a bonus to melee. So, wait, Stone Axeman coming after that. After that, the Hunter, and then we can shuttle some of these. And the Canoe Builder as well. Actually, let's do the Canoe Builder first. Okay, so I'll see you in 20 turns. By the time we'll have the new city already in place. Turn 1977, year 11,866 BC, and we have Antioch. Antioch has started actually pretty nicely. It already is using one of the better tiles that Constantinople has been using. But I'm okay with that because we got a bunch of other things that we can use. The city is stagnant now, however it grew to population 8, which gives us 2,000 people living in the valley of Constantinople at this point. And it has been producing units for the past 8 to 10 turns, I think. and it's nowhere done. We're gonna start producing healers and enforcers, and then a couple of gatherers after we are done with fishing, or a long time done with fishing, because we need to finish a couple of buildings here. And by the way, you will notice that we have built a cottage here, though you cannot see it in the grass. It's kind of weird, but there's a cottage here. If we use it, we're gonna grow it. We've also built a wetland camp here, and we are currently building another one here in this marsh. So the area around Constantinople is actually getting pretty darn good. You can see that most of the towns give us a hefty chunk of production, so I'm really happy about that. We've also had a new great person born, which was, again, the great general. So I sent him back to Constantinople, and it joined the city, giving us an additional 2 experience to explorer type units and extra +5 food. So now we're getting 10 from them. Now that also means one awesome thing, and that's that all of the units that are trained in the city, but I guess born is a good expression as well, starting with the bamboo armor and 2 free promotions. So for every military unit, I'm giving them 1 combat and 1 shock, because that gives us 10% strength against everything and extra 20% against melee. Plus the bamboo helps against archers. So these units are doing really, really good. Now you can see that we got a bunch of units moving to Vedena. The next one is going to go to Patra, though I think there already might be a unit moving there. I'm not sure, but yeah, I'm sending the units all around the place. We have only 1 defensive unit in Antioch at this point, but the Black Hand is scouting around, and we already murdered 2 enemy barbarian units. Plus we now have the Eagle Spirit Talkers, which is a hunter unit that started with 2 free promotions. So we gave it combat 2, and it killed 2 barbarian units. Unfortunately, both of them without me actually knowing that they were there, but still we survived, and that allowed me to give them a might 1. They also have the Great Hunter promotion, which gives it 50% against animal and extra first strike, and of course the bamboo armor. So that's making them pretty proficient. So these 2 units are going to scout around until we get a couple more units into Antioch. And we also have... Oh, here's the next one. Okay, so these guys are going to Antioch. I knew that I trained another unit. Again, you can see combat, shock, and bamboo armor here. And the Vodena Honored are leading this group of guys that actually shrunk to 4 because we were bleeding them out, building stuff everywhere. So we're building the wetland camps here, 7 more turns, but they will be replenished by the people from Constantinople. We also finished, and I just want to mention that in case you forgot, the river port, which is... Where is it? River port... But that's conceptual, yeah, we need to go into buildings. River, port? Or is it port river? No, here it is, river port. Giving us 8 science extra trade route yield. So you can see that it increased the income. And it's giving us extra 1 gold on river towns, which boosted pretty much everything, so that is amazing. I'm really happy with Constantinople. That city is great. Now, most of the other cities that you saw in the previous update are working on what was mentioned. Our smaller cities, Thessaloniki, Nicaea, and Adrianople, are chewing through these smaller buildings, so you can see that their food production is being boosted, while their industrial production is already pretty good, so I'm happy to say that. You're working on the drying frame, then alpha female. So yeah, they're doing pretty good. None of them actually grew already. They're still on population 1, but both Adrianople and Thessaloniki are about halfway through to the 2nd population level, and Nicaea is about 1/3, maybe 1/4. Seems like it. But with Constantinople having 2,000 people, I believe we are now at 2,700 people. Nice. Though we're not as independent of fear as you might think. Is that an expression independent of fear? Huh, weird. Sometimes I say things I don't even know where I heard them. Because Israel founded their third city. I can't see them, unfortunately, but they have at least 3 now, so they're way in... But they're on our track, basically. Plus, they're about 50% stronger than we are, so that's making me a bit worried. Okay, fishing will come next, and I'm looking forward to it because both Adrianople and Thessaloniki are going to get a big boost from that.
Give a man a fish, and you feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, and you feed him for a lifetime.
If I'm not mistaken, this might actually be the first technology that has been retained from the original Civ. And probably you all recognize the quote. So this allows us to build fishing boats, kelp harvester, and a couple of wonders, and reveals sponges. Okay. Workboats, and a bunch of buildings. Okay, harpoon making is coming next. Actually, why are we going with harpoon making? What do you give us? War canoe. You need harpooner. Okay, you just give us some extra camps. Why am I doing this? I don't even know. Why are we going with harpoon making? Shouldn't we go with something different? Like heat treatment or stone building? Stone huts. City garrison. But let's finish it. We're okay. I mean, why not harpoon making? So you guys are going to kill this bird. Damn, they keep retreating. And let's check out Thessaloniki. How's the fishmonger doing? Nutcracking stone, wild herbs. Okay, here's our fish traps. Oh, farm seaweed. Nice. But no fishmonger. I think that we don't have all the prerequisites. Fishmonger requires raw fish or shellfish. Requires storage pit. Okay, I get that. So we'll need to build a storage pit, then we can get requires raw fish or shellfish. Okay, so we'll need at least one building here, or one unit constructed by the workboat, which actually is quite expensive. 9 turns worth of production. Well, about double of what it normal is. Stone Axeman. As you can see, we're getting the 2 free promotions, and you were going to Vedena as well, right? Because Patra, I think, has... You got the Spearman, so actually let's send you to Patra. Let us send you to Patra, and you got the outhouse almost done. But you get only one guy in there. Yes, so we have spread this here. Not enough culture though. Or not as much as in our capital. So I think I can send the Vedena guards to the city. That will make it a bit more secure. So backhand, what do your eyes see? Not much. Well, a lot of things is happening around our capital, but I'm happy with Antioch being down here. We'll need to get a couple... Actually, we haven't really checked, or I haven't really checked the tiles, so I get quite a lot from that. Wait, we need to do this to get rid of it. Okay, these tiles will be great, but we need to develop them properly because this is a bit iffy. But Amber here is going to give us extra gold and production. So 1 food, 3 production, 3 gold. That's good. Apple will give us 5 food, 2 production, 1 gold. You're giving 2 on 3. Okay, Coca gives us just happiness and unhealthiness. Llamas requires camel domestication. Okay, we don't have that. Pigs are out of our reach. What else was there? Oh, just this. Oh, potatoes. 5 and 1, and will give us extra health. Well, that's a bit underwhelming, but fine. I'm actually planning to focus on defensive buildings in Vedena and Antioch because these cities are kind of vulnerable to attack. So let's make sure our borders remain secure. Let's do that. Turn 2001, year 11,717 BC, and we are one turn away from harpoon making. But I actually have a kind of weird note to speak about, and that is the fact that the difficulty has increased. I thought that it was done. I have to double check what the settings look like, or if there has been some change I'm unaware of. But the difficulty has increased on the turn 2000 and knocked us incredibly into debt. Now, we were in a debt before as well, because I built a number of units. Now, almost all of the cities at this point have both the healer and enforcer. Yep, you can see. Okay, there's a healer missing in Thessaloniki, so we need to fix that. And there's a healer missing in Adrianople and in Nicaea. But we got a healer in Antioch, and we got a bunch of units in Constantinople, including a healer and 2 enforcers. So I've done a big revamp. I've trained a number of units, and that put us at like minus 30, maybe minus 40 in deficit. We kind of whittled it down to about minus 20, but then it started to increase, so I slowly ramped up the amount of money that we're spending on research. And then on the turn 2000, we dropped to minus 18 again because of the difficulty increase. So I'm kind of confused. I thought that it was increasing every 100 turns, but it might be every 1,000 turns? We are now getting +1 health from difficulty level. I don't know what we started at. And it's kind of weird. I guess it might increase every 200 turns or something like that. I'm kind of confused. I noticed a big drop in our income before, but the message that we got was kind of unique. I haven't seen it before. Weird. So anyway, that means our income is actually, well, we're at 10% research now. We can't really afford more, which is kind of, it's not that bad. When you think about it, we are losing about 50% of our research. We'll get that back pretty quickly. 97 compared to 160, and with every gold producing building that we create, it's going to just ramp up, and we have a bunch of those coming. You believe me? Like Dan's Hut, I believe, also increases. Nope, not you. Well, but we'll see. Anyway, one turn away from harpoon making. Our capital city of Constantinople has been connected via trails to Antioch. We are now constructing the fruit camp here, and we're gonna go and build the stone tool workshop here and a bunch of other buildings. I think we've finished that. Yes, that swamp camp or wetlands camp here, so that's also pretty good. And anything else that Oh, yes. We now have Druidism in Patra. We now have Druidism in Vodena, in Constantinople, and it's spread on its own down to Antioch, which is nice. So I guess I'm not gonna train the Missionary for Nicaea, Thessaloniki, and Adrianople, as the religion spreads on its own as well. I knew that, but I guess for these cities it is way more important because it's going to allow us to build new things there, like the nature altar. Let's build that one in Vodena as well, or shadow it. Oh, actually I did already. But for Nicaea, Thessaloniki, Adrianople, and Antioch, it's going to be a while before we actually get to that. So let's go and enjoy the benefits of harpoon making.
We have sat on the riverbank and caught catfish with pin hooks. The time has come to harpoon a whale.
Okay, so we can now build whaling boats, which is awesome, and enables Sea Hunter 3, which gives it huge bonuses against sea animals. Nice. And here are the whaling boats, +1 gold with weathermore. Oh, and this one's upgrades. Okay, so you get whaling boats, then they can increase to whaling ships and so on. That's nice. That is nice. So that's an upgradable building on the sea. And this leads to naval warfare with archery and sailing. So let's see what we can do next as a research. Anything that we would really like. Now, yeah, we've been avoiding theft for a long time. So I think we might just bite the bullet and go with it. I could go with stone building. Slash and burn. Oh, you guys actually asked me about arithmetics. For a couple of you actually asked me about that. So this could be researched by Great Merchant. It gives us Oh, that gives barter. That gives a civic. Ha ha ha. Okay, and it gives aerial basket ropeways. That's a national wonder. And it gives tax person. Increases income, lowers crime, and increases education. Nocturnalism gives us rogue and ambushers. Warfare, animal husband. No, we need to pick off these little things before we go away. So, can we get arithmetic? We can. So let's go get arithmetic, stone buildings, heat treatment, branding hut. Then let's get the theft. It's all right, yeah. Then we're gonna get the slash and burn, obsidian weapons, earth owen, obsoletes captured fire. We can go for shamanism. No, actually, someone already got it. Aha, I guess somebody already got it. But we could get celebration, fertility festival, so that gives you slavery. Oh, that's great. Animal husbandry, nocturnalism. Okay, let's go for animal husbandry next, and warfare. So that should take care of everything. So we get 9 technologies shuttled. But yeah, the arithmetic is pretty good. I like the tax person. That is an interesting thing. Increases speed of building a couple of things. Turns into officium. Or officum. Replaced by modern offices. Oh, okay, cool. Cool. What is this? A dissident priest from Patra is doubting the supreme power of Amun-Re in an unprecedented outbreak of heresy. Is this something I triggered? No, I just clicked here. Interesting. That is disgusting. We can ignore that not our people will get over it. Or diversity is good. Allow these beliefs to spread and be recorded, though convincing our people that it's nothing to fear. Well, we can ignore that not our people will get over it. We are good, I think, as far as unhappiness goes. Cool, so you finished the trails and you finished the camp, did you? You did, didn't you? No, the gathering camp. I still don't understand why. Sometimes I cannot. Oh, because it costs money. I see. Okay, so we'll need to save a bit more money. So I'll let you guys camp here for now, and we'll look into that a couple more turns in the future. So let's move you around. And yeah, arithmetic is coming next. So that's all for this episode. Thank you for joining me. We've expanded. Antioch is now our newest addition. I believe that puts us to 2,700 people still. And in the next episode, we are going to get the arithmetic, and I'm going to try to solve our desperate financial situation, because that is something that's actually weighing heavily on me. So yeah, thank you very much for joining me, and see you next time with more Caveman to Cosmos.